everyone. Welcome to the second podcast of Soul Talk. Today I'm here with Panda. They are super giggly and very nervous, I think, about this podcast. So this is the Panda Project CIC. We are a group that get together every week to look at tackling social issues through the arts. And at the moment, we're looking at social media and mental health. So first question, I'm just going to come down here actually. First question I'm going to ask to everyone is, first of all, like, what made us decide to do this topic?
I feel like it was the amount of trends that were going on social media with how people look and how much it affected teenagers in our area and stuff like that, because I feel like what would help the community the most at the minute.
So we have been looking at social media and mental health. Of what we've done the project so far, has anything changed in what you've learned so far that you might not have known before we started the project? Yeah.
She's laughing at me, I can't do this.
Stop it.
She's like, I've learned more about like the algorithm and like how it works, and like how if like one person looks at something then like another person looks at it, just that's how it works.
Yeah, definitely. Like for me, I didn't actually know a lot about that before the project. That's actually been something that, as an adult, I've learned as well. And I don't know about you guys, but since we've learned about the algorithms, and what was that program we actually watched?
Oh, the one with the mum and daughter.
What was it called? No, not that one. We watched one about algorithms. And
the one with the robots. And
yeah,
like,
what was it called? Yeah, the one with the robot and the screens. What was it called? You know what? We'll find out, and
we'll add a link on the screen.
We will add a link of this. It was on Netflix. I can't remember for it life what it was called, but we will link it because I think like that was the main thing we learned from that was algorithms. I don't know about you guys now, but do you not feel like you notice algorithms so much more now? Like someone like tell me like what app and like what sort of thing you notice in there? Yeah,
TikTok is everywhere on TikTok.
Instagram.
YouTube ads.
I was talking about getting a slush puppy machine for my birthday, and I was watching a YouTube video, and below it was an ad for a slush puppy machine.
Literally. And
my phone is listening to me.
It's mental, isn't it? Because I can literally be having a conversation with someone and then I go on Google and it's sort of already typing out what I was just talking about. And so I think like a lot more things are picking up this algorithm now. I don't know if like you can talk into Google and stuff now, whether it's picking it up that way. But like I can look at a horoscope on Instagram and then I scroll down and there's like another 10 different pages of like different horoscopes.
Also, when you watch a TikTok video now, if you go into your search straight after, all it is something about that video. Yeah. Literally, like, I was watching this edit about these YouTubers and then it was like, what happened this? And I was like, how is this happening? Like, what the hell?
It's mad, isn't it? So mad. Has anyone else learned anything else other than algorithms? Because I know we've dipped into some other areas, like anything else that... Oh, these guys are making this, like, giving me a tough podcast here today. Well, let me throw a different question at you then. I think this is one that probably a lot will relate to. So like a couple of weeks ago as part of the project, we were mainly looking at filters, how we can change and our faces, how you can edit bodies. Like someone tell me, how did you feel about that and why do we feel like it's relevant to the piece we're doing? It was crazy cool.
It was crazy cool.
Okay, in what way?
I mean, 1 minute I was one person, the next I was another person. And it was a bit creepy, but also like really cool.
When you say creepy and you use the word cool, is it cool as in, did you prefer the edited version?
Oh, yeah.
Of you? Did you? Okay,
yeah.
How did you actually edit yourself? What is it you chose to do?
I mean, I went like, I went from like this to this, and then my waist was like, oh, woo.
Okay.
And they're all laughing at me. Sorry. They're all laughing at me, right? But it was like, I was like, this is me now.
Okay. Now you've done that and actually like potentially preferred the edited version of yourself. With that now, affect any further pictures that you have? Would you ever go
Oh
out
yeah,
of your way
I've not
to
posted a
edit
signature
it?
pin. Oh, I've not posted a picture since. Oh.
You've not posted a picture
No.
since editing that?
No, 'cause
because of the editing?
Yeah, because I know if I post an edited version, everyone will be like, oh, she's such an idiot, she's editing the photos, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, but would you put a picture up of what you actually look like?
No.
Oh my days, why?
The edited version is just so much better.
Okay. Guys, like, oh. Okay, so say like this was in our piece, and our job now is to advise someone what to do in that situation. And like, obviously this is what we're doing, like, this is what we're doing in the piece. And the reason that we're doing it is because people do get to a point where editing is just like a normal thing. What would you advise someone, Ellie, if you don't mind me saying, in that situation where you don't feel like posting anything anymore? Like, that's quite a big effect already, that something like an app tool where you can edit yourself is having. Throw out some advice for people who also would need to hear this as well.
You've got the mic.
I don't know why I've got a mic, but
Just give some advice.
right. Oh, well, basically, I'd advise them to obviously look up on like Google and stuff, social media, on people that are their body type and everything, and how confident they are. Because now, like, it used to be just skinny people posting all the time, and then now there's like plus size models that are confident in themselves. So I'd recommend to go look at them and everything if they're not confident in their own body, like people that have the same issues as them that are being confident, so they can like get further on.
Yeah, do you know what? You're so right there, because for me, I'm more of a curvy figure. Don't have an issue with that at all. Like, love being curvy, wouldn't want to be any other way, like, personally for me. But have been like self-conscious in the past about it. It's something I've had to like grow to love about myself. And actually seeing other sort of curvy girls with more confidence does actually give me like more confidence in myself. So like, yeah, like hit the nail on the head there. I love that one. Anyone else, like, what would you say? Let's move on to like editing your face. Do we feel the same? Like, was anyone who actually did that as part of theirs? Yeah, let's hear about you. So what did you actually edit?
Basically, so I got this app, and it's like you can change your eye colour, your hair colour, change your face shape, and it's like you can edit your nose, your mouth, your eyes, eyebrows, anything that you want, right? And like growing up, I always like got made fun of because of like my ears and things like that, and that made me like really self-conscious and everything like that. But then I was editing like the way that I looked, like with my ears and things like that, and I was just looking at it, and I actually got like really annoyed, because I'm like, why would anyone actually want to change the way that they look? Like,
Yeah.
that's like, you're unique, you look like that for a reason. Like, why would you want to change it? And I was just looking at myself, and I'm like, you know what, like, I suit my ears like this. I don't know why I'd want to change that, because like growing up, obviously I'd always get made fun of because of it, and I always just wish that I had like smaller ears or whatever. And I don't know why people had a problem with it, because it's like, ears grow up.
Lydia, I can totally relate to you on this, because I have always been so conscious of my ears. Ears only actually been in the last year that you would actually even see my hair like this with my ears out. I don't know if you guys notice or not, but I tend to like fringe plait like over my ears, or I'll try and do a ponytail over my ears if I can. And then same thing, like I've had so many people who have said like, oh, I really don't like my ears out and stuff. And like I used to do photo shoots and used to be like, please don't get like both my ears in. I just want like the one ear. Like that's how like conscious of it I wear. And same, like a few people were just like, there's nothing wrong with your ears, and for some reason I just got so used to like thinking that about myself, and it doesn't bother me even slightly now. It's so weird.
But like looking at my photos that I've posted as well on like Instagram, like I was looking a few days ago, and in all my old photos, like my ears would be covered. I don't know what anyone says about my ears anymore, because like obviously I've had mates that are like, there's nothing wrong with you, shut up, like your ears are fine, whatever. But I've then grew to be like insecure about that, and like I said, like looking back on my pictures, I'm realising that there's nothing actually wrong with my ears. So back to that editing thing, like I was just looking at it, and I'm like, me with smaller ears, I don't actually recognise myself. Like, it's a small difference, but for me it's like big. I don't recognise the way that I look.
Would you say then your ears are part of your character.
Yeah.
Like they're yours
Yeah.
and they're part of you. And like, what's everyone's like quirky feature? Like, what feature is theirs that like makes them like, that's me. Only I have that. I've got a bum chin too.
I don't
Bum
know.
chin. Well, me personally, for me, I think your hair.
Yeah.
Like your hair's amazing. You just have this incredible, like, unique hair. Oh, guys, Mimi's got it like sort of showered and washed now, but when it's full blown, it is like absolutely amazing. But that's your feature. Jen, what do you think? What makes you you?
I have no clue.
What's your favourite feature about yourself?
Good question. I don't know. Probably like, I kind of like my nose. Like I used to hate my side profile. So what I did every single day, I'd take a picture of my side profile to see how it looked. To see what I do that I think I've got loads of pictures. And going back to like the filter thing, I used to like, for a little while I didn't take pictures of myself with filters because I was like, I'll just do it in good light and see like what it looked like. But ever since we did that, I don't think I've took many pictures of myself without like the filters, because it's like I look so different, but then I don't look like everyone else, so it's like that.
But that's what's unique about you. Like, we're not all supposed to look like each other.
Yeah, but like everyone else like looks more similar to these filters, so it's like.
Yeah, you know, does anyone else want to share about their like favourite feature before we move on? Like, what makes you you? Let's move it across to here and then we will go back to that.
Oh, you go first. I don't have anything. Oh, do you have a phone? Like when I was like younger, like adding on to what Lydia said about like people making fun of me for years, a lot of people made fun of me for my hair.
Oh, and I love your hair. I've always said this. Like, literally, how many people have dyed their hair to like an Albany gingery colour now?
Yeah.
It is like the colour
And then
everyone's
like
getting
before I
now.
went to high school, I begged my mum for like the whole 6 weeks to dye my hair, because I was like, it's just gonna get worse as I go to high school. It's just gonna get worse. And then I didn't dye it, and before I went to high school, and then in year 7 it was like, it's just ginger, and like all that stuff about it. And then it kind of just like people just got over it, and like now I just like my hair. Sorry. And now I like my ginger hair. I just don't.
And we love it too.
Oh, thank you. It's just like bright part of
I
myself.
can actually imagine you with another hair colour.
No.
Like, for me, that's what makes you you. Is
Yeah.
Definitely. Is that what you think makes you you?
Yeah. I feel like without my hair,
Do you feel like you own it now?
yeah.
Like, you're owning that hair?
Go on, girl.
Yeah, and that's it. It's like trends will change all the time. So like, I feel like everyone who's got, you know, it is that person's personal decision whether they feel like they want lip fillers or they want to change the face and stuff. And like, you know, we have to respect however that person personally feels about their face. Like, it's up to them what they do. But what happens then when the trend changes? So eventually, just trend will probably change where big lips aren't a thing anymore. And I mean, when I was like 10 years ago, thin eyebrows were a thing. Having bushy eyebrows or like natural eyebrows was not a thing at all. Like, if you look back at my pictures, I've got like dangerously thin eyebrows that when I look at them now, back then it was normal, and I look at them now and I'm just like, oh my God, like, what was I thinking?
That was the trend back then. The trends literally change all the time, but like, because everyone wants to be on trend and look like what everyone else wants them to look like, there's just no way of winning with like looking the right way.
Yeah.
No way of winning, because like everyone wants you to look a different way like every few months. If you think about what the trends were in 2021 with like all this cow print and stuff,
I still like a little bit of cow print. Leopard
Like,
print, I think
and now-
maybe is gonna.
and now it's like clean girl aesthetic and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But back in like 2019, 2016, that it was colourful, full coverage, like out there makeup, but now it's minimum makeup. So it changes all the time.
Do we think like the minimum makeup sort of trend, is that better than what we were having though? Because I feel like everyone's starting to embrace the natural features of the face a bit more, and now it's like actually not seeing people looking that different to what they normally look. Everyone just sort of looks more like awake and fresher.
That doesn't relate to my mum. My mum goes orange. She really does orange makeup. I tell her about it all the time.
Lydia's mum, we are so sorry.
More people
You
also
should have
like
seen it at that care home. How orange my mum does make.
more people like expressing like the freckles too. Because if you think about the trends and like people doing henna freckles, people like I saw someone doing fake tan to look like they've contoured without actually doing the contour.
Yeah, I have seen this, and like for me, I do love a bit of contour. I'm not gonna lie, I love contour. You guys have seen like my little makeup videos. I do. I love makeup. Razia's makeup videos, like, and that I think that's where I sort of like fall in the trend. But I generally actually two good things about those. One, it makes me get dressed a lot quicker than what I normally would because I only I don't want to hit longer than 8 minutes. I sort of get it done quicker. But I generally just love makeup. Not so much that I'm like, oh, I can change this and change this, but I just like enjoy, I suppose in like an artist way, I just like messing around with makeup really.
It can be fun to like use every now and then, but it's like people are like, oh, I don't wear makeup. It's like, yeah, you're not different. It's just like the trends of makeup. It's so strange how they all change.
Yeah, I mean for real, it's probably not great for your skin anyway. And I think a lot of people opt for like more of a natural look and just putting makeup on when they actually go out.
Earlier.
Yeah, let's go. Yeah.
You said something about like people doing it to like feel more confident, and I think there's like a difference between people doing it like maybe like the odd bit of lip filler to make them like if they hate the lips. If it makes them feel better about themselves to go get a bit of lip filler, have bigger lips, then like I feel like that's for them. But I feel like if you're doing it just to like follow the trend, or I feel like it can get a bit unhealthy as well because you start with a little bit, and then you like get a bit more, and you get a bit more, and people say like it's kind of come like an addiction because like you just get used to it, and then you see yourself without it, and then you don't recognize what you actually look like.
Yeah. Do you know, and that affects people of like all ages. Like I would say definitely into adulthood as well, where you kind of use a filter that much that when and I definitely went through this phase like in my 20s, like definitely something I've come past now, but I had filters that much and I was doing that many sort of photo shoots and you've seen an edited version of myself that when it came to like a natural picture I suddenly like wasn't familiar with that anymore and didn't feel comfortable with it. So for ages like I hated putting like anything, and back then you used to just use the filters they had on like Instagram, where you can actually edit it and you have the different filters. Like that was the thing because Instagram was quite new, and so I wouldn't put a picture up without one of those because I was just not used to it or anything at all. And so it's just like learning to love like what you look like